Up next. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sport. D-Ajic.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Jones is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at center. And for the Clippers, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Reggie Jackson, and it's George in at the two-guard spot. Now here's Leonard. Outside for Jackson. Feeds to Morris. Good D by Covington.
Unusual for him, just a lack of concentration. Fails to finish the play.
And there's the call on Jones. That's his first foul. Now here's George. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Here's George. After the basket by Jusuf Nurkic. Here's Leonard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
Now, here's Lillard over Jackson. Offensive rebound.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. The dish to George. And good that time.
Facing up from mid-range, George could have tried to drive, but takes what the defense gives him.
Lillard with it. Pass to McCollum. Now Anthony. Back to Lillard. Shot clock at 5. That's in there. Anthony with the assist.
Talented, driven. He puts constant pressure on your defense.
Outside Jackson. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. George against McCollum.
You want your bigs playing big. Rips it down in traffic.
Over in the corner, Lillard. Outside, Covington. Back to Lillard. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on. And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
No, we're left to infer from the adjustments we see on the floor.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Portland also making some changes. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Norman Powell comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for C.J. McCollum. Now here's Rondo. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Cantor, the pass to Anthony. Passes it to Lillard. From deep. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
I mean, he's staying aggressive, trying to regain his touch. But right now, he's hurting the team.
And usually amongst the leaders in the offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points off misses.
Now here's Rondo. To the paint. Here's Cousins. And Cousins throws it down.
Explosive leaping ability allows him to play the 5, even though he's a little undersized.
Now the pass to Simons. Powell, no one around him. Off target from outside.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Taken away by Anthony. Fast break, here they come. Cantor kicks to Anthony. Rondo against Lillard. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Lillard's got 6. And it's Rondo with the ball for the Clippers. Trailing by 2. In the corner, Kennard with it. There's 21 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Outstanding decision. Kennard is getting better and better at creating offense for himself.
Now Lillard. 6 points for him. From deep three-point range, it's all tied here in Los Angeles. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
This is where you credit the guys in the front office for going out and getting you the pieces you need.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for the Trailblazers, we've got Anthony. Also, Rondae Hollis-Jefferson out there. Norman Powell is out there with Enes Kanter. And it's Simons in at the point. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
And here's Beverly. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Portland leading. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter.
Hey, yo, right here.
Simons surveying the D. Powell, that's good.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Here's Beverly. Pass to Oturu, and again the Clippers turn it over.
Yeah, just not on the same page. Unfortunate, wasted possession.
Portland leading by 4. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Here's Simons. In the corner, Powell with it. Oturu with the rebound.
It can be a little disheartening when you do everything right and come away with nothing.
Cousins with the bucket.
He's a big man with terrific balance. DeMarcus takes the hit and still able to convert.
Here's Simons. Kennard covering. There's Hollis Jefferson. He can't get that one to fall. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. Jones checked in for Hollis Jefferson. And McCollum subbed in for Anthony Simons. And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player 6'10" with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. How about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know, but he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players. It's McCollum on the wing. He dishes it to Covington. Back to McCollum. 5 on the clock. Shoots from the line. Covington's shot is off. Clippers trail by 4. Here's Jackson. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Kawhi has all the physical gifts, and the one thing I love, he really can pass.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. To the inside, Jones. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Jones has got the lead back up to 4 now for the Trailblazers. Now here's Jackson. Here's Leonard, and Jones sends it back. And now here comes Jones leading the break, and Jones slams it home.
Yeah, quick thinking wins Dame assist. Finds the open man and the ball instantly there for the finish.
And George kicks to Zubats. Leonard with the ball. That one goes. Count it.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Don't need to be a hero.
There's 42 seconds left now here in the second. Right side, Covington. McCollum outside. The tray. Trailblazers keep it alive. And the rejection by Zubats. Here's the 3. Kept alive. Nurkic the pass to Jones. It's McCollum on the wing. Hits it from 3-point range. McCollum's got the lead up to 7 now for the Trailblazers.
Potent with and without the ball. McCollum is a tremendous spot-up shooter.
That's good for George on the assist by Jackson. George has got 6.
So good at the rim. A slow defensive rotation leads to the easy lay.
And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Good if it goes. That one, no good. And that'll do it for the first half. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. The period wrapped up with the teams on left. And that'll...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then there's Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the 2. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Knocked away. Leonard with the steal. And George kicks to Zubats. Back to George. Knocks down the step-back Jay. George has got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for Los Angeles.
And, guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be. You know, we talk a lot about scoring efficiency. He's displaying the exact opposite.
And the shot goes down. 6 points for him.
Stop it on a dime. Kawhi showing good body control on that pull-up.
Lillard against Jackson. Looking to end his cold spell, and he nails the jumper. And the Trailblazers lead by 3.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
And you know what? There was probably a better matchup on the floor, but when it goes in, nobody complains.
Zubats in the post. He's guarded by Nurkic. Clock at 4. George dishes to Leonard. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Powell, the pass to Nurkic. Lillard, bounce pass. Nurkic kicks to Jones. George against Lillard. Floats it up there for Nurkic. Not going to go that time.
Well, that alley-oop attempt, a case of what could have been, just didn't finish the play.
You know, this is something you practice over and over again. I'm surprised they couldn't execute.
And Portland making a change here. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Derek Jones. And it's Simons in for Lillard. And Simons has got the ball here for Portland. It's a 1-point game. Kicks it to McCollum. For 3. A nice shot by Simons.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
Here's Beverly. Here's Batum. And the layup's good off the glass. Batum's got his second bucket.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Now Powell dishes it to Kanter. To the left side wing. Just 5 to shoot. 7-foot shot. The Clippers grab the miss. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
So explosive with the dunk. Kawhi Leonard gets up quick to slam it down.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Powell. Here's Simons, defended by Beverly. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Tries again. Kicks it out to McCollum. For the 3. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Good on. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvement, certainly. Kicks it out to McCollum. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here. Stolen by Kanter.
Got to run the clock and wait for the last shot.
Yes, you do, but it's a dilemma. If you get a great look earlier in the clock, do you take it?
And here's Hollis Jefferson. Here's McCollum. And Oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
And give him credit. Good awareness of the time remaining.
That is situational basketball. It takes a good understanding and good execution.
And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his speed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Derek Jones, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 patrolling the paint. It's McCollum with the drive, and it's in there.
I mean, call him a combo guard, 2, whatever. McCollum is a scorer first and foremost, and when he puts it on the deck, young fella is going to the hoop.
Outside Rondo. George against Jones. Nurkic with the block. Zubac, that's good. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Here's Lillard. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And when Lillard sees an opening, he takes full advantage. Skilled at drawing contact.
And he makes the first. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Andre Hollis Jefferson, he's checked in for Derek Jones. And Norman Powell subbed in for McCollum. Outside, George from deep. But they'll get another chance. Leonard controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Great anticipation. He has great hands. Kawhi gobbles up second chance opportunities.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Lillard scanning the floor. Foul for 3. It's rebounded by Leonard.
Trying to finish out the game strong. You have to recognize who has the hot hand and get him the ball.
The game now all time. Oturu's got his first basket.
Boy, you can see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
Yeah, the reason is they tied it up, but it took a lot of focus and a lot of energy. We'll see if they can sustain this effort. He lives for moments like this because he wants to be the guy to hit the clutch shot.
Powell against George. Yes, that goes in.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Here's Lillard. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Now here's Powell. Lillard finds Cantor. Puts it up. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
And his teammates love it. Cantor taking charge on a huge possession. You can just see him brimming with confidence, not afraid of the big moment.
On the wing, Jackson. George way outside. The Clippers get another chance here. That one doesn't go. And he's going to get whistled for that foul. Gee, that was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Marcus Morris comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Hollis Jefferson. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Powell.
How about the fearlessness of McCollum? Doesn't shy away from taking or making the big shots.
Leonard against Jones. Nurkic with the block. And now Lillard pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
They're doing it by building it out, step by step, valuing each possession.
Enes Kanter's checked in for Portland.
Wearing the number 0 for a reason. Damian Lillard has it on his back for his city, Oakland. Just the latest star from the town.
A three from Leonard. It falls. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Knowing the situation, Kawhi willing and able to take control. Big bucket.
Lillard against Jackson. There's 39 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Kanter. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And the Trailblazers lead by 7.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out. I mean, unbelievable. It's one thing to be talented, but Kawhi is clutch as well.
Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game.
Productive trip to the line extended their lead.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. It's in! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
And George gets the whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
And when you think of McCollum, the word efficient comes to mind. This guy just shoots the ball and plays the game at a high level.
Here's George. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic. He hits the first one, and that trims the lead to 6. So he gets them both.
The rare guy who can do everything at both ends. Paul George gives you a chance to win every night.
Lillard with it. Jacks up a 3. No good. And so it's Portland winning this one. A narrow win under difficult. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. everybody to another, and nothing tipped.
Hey, Kevin.
Terrific. David, thanks. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
Compensating for the absence of a key player can be difficult, but they've got to hold strong.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3 spot. And for Los Angeles, Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Beverly in at the point. It's good on the putback.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Now here is Holiday. And in this one, Brent, terrific talent on both sides. Everyone getting their popcorn ready.
Yeah, lots of people tuning into this one, Kevin. And, you know, regular season games, there's always talk about it's another game. This is not another game. This is prime time.
Here's Leonard. Pass to Zubac. Good D by Lopez.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Leonard inside, defended by Middleton. George looking around. Shot from free throw range. Here's Zubac. Outside for George. A second chance effort. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Here's Holiday. Over Beverly. Lopez tips it back in.
Good size and the ability to carve out space. Lopez battling on the rebound.
Morris outside from downtown. DiVincenzo with the rebound.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple years, just being a much more efficient scorer. Well, that just scrambled the defense all kinds of ways with that great initial pass.
Now here's Beverly. The pass to Leonard. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. And he uses the glass on the layup. And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switch to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
Holiday gets the bucket.
Well, you're kind of asking for it. Drew Holiday gets in that close. He's probably scoring.
Outside, George. Launches it. Rebound, Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo with the ball. Guarded now by Morris. And Giannis gets it to go.
Open up the floodgates and let Giannis run through. What a joy to watch him in transition.
Outside Leonard. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. And Giannis pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Middleton's got such a great wingspan. That comes into play on steals just like that one.
Now Beverly. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Now here is George on the money from 12 feet away.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Now here is Holiday. Pass to Lopez. And the dunk by Lopez.
Well, an outstanding floor general right there. Holiday has switched between point guard and off guard, and a great feel for when guys are open.
Here's George. They trail by 6. Leonard the pass to Zubac. Lopez with the steal. Here's Antetokounmpo, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Giannis bringing it down, using that sensational length to get that finish.
And here's Beverly. Outside, George. Chalk up 2 there.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Holiday with it. To the middle. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Six seconds left here in the opening quarter. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Brute strength right there as he gets to the inside and scores.
Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Bucks lead by 4. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And
I know if I put the work in, maybe.
And Greg, that's the humble, hard-working approach we've come to expect from Giannis.
You know, he's not interested in putting himself on a pedestal. Enough people do that for him. He just wants to become the best he can be and win rings.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And for the Bucks guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
Luke Kennard out there with Jackson. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Batum. And it's man in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Here is Forbes. And stolen by Cousins. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Count it. Good. Batum's got his first points in this one.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
And to the Kumbo inside. And with the rebound. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter.
And with a quick first step, Jackson remains a threat to drive on any defender.
And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Here is Forbes, guarded by Jackson. The shot's good from Forbes.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Jackson kicks to Kennard. Back to Jackson. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Milwaukee in the lead. Antetokounmpo passes to Tucker. Here's Connaughton.
You knew something good was coming, Kevin, right?
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Jackson dishes to Cousins. Outside for Jackson. Portis trying to free himself. Jackson can't get that one to fall. Bucks leading by 4. There's the lob to Portis. Jackson with it. Now guarded by Antetokounmpo. One-on-one here. Here's Portis. Misses the 3. The Clippers have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. And the 22nd pick in 2015, Bobby Portis with a nice shooting touch.
And at the same time, not afraid to mix it up. Maybe to a fault. At times we've seen him get caught in the heat of the moment. You got to channel that competitive edge and stay strong mentally.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Outside Rondo. Pass to Leonard. That shot misses. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. Teague with a clean look. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Zubac's with it. Picked up by Portis. Here's Leonard. Lays it up off the glass. Leonard's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, being aggressive in the painted area, you love the attacking element that Kawhi Leonard brings to the game.
Teague surveying the D. 1:03 left in the first half. He kicks it to Tucker. 5 to shoot. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Teague can't hit. The Clippers trail. And there's the foul. Will go on P.J. Tucker. That's his first foul. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Rajon Rondo. Here's Leonard. Oh, offensive interference. Milwaukee's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Teague for 3. That doesn't go in either for Teague. The Clippers have gone 4-10 in the second quarter from the field. Kicks it out to Leonard. Down low. Zubac, that's good. Zubac has got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
What awareness there from Kawhi, waiting for his teammate to break free and then finds him.
Here is Forbes, defended by George. The shot's good from Forbes.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Yeah, no stopping him on that play. Sometimes even the taller defenders are helpless to stop him.
George, and he drops in the layup off the glass. George has got 8 points.
Well, Paul George has definitely garnered some strength through the years now, and he's developed that over time in the offseason, being diligent with his work ethic. And
thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball. Follow.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They're in better shape now than they were. And
we've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You have to like what we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Lopez in at the center position. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Lopez has got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Bucks. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now, and in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's 3 guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble from 3 and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those 3 guys can all hit pull-ups and step backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the 3 guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having a guard the three-point line.
2 points. That one goes. He's got 6.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Well, they didn't really have a choice at the position that they were. They had to fight hard. They've gotten that. They've outworked the other team. Just fighting tonight.
And the wide open shot from Morris. On this that time would have put him up. And here's Middleton bringing it up now for Milwaukee. Here's Antetokounmpo. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And Giannis adding muscle to his frame for these types of situations. He'll keep getting bigger and stronger, but willing to take the hit.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Outside Jackson, pass to Cousins. Back to Jackson. Over Holiday. Jackson misses.
The third quarter has not started well, just 1 of 4.
Outside Holiday. Inside, here's Lopez, and the dunk by Lopez.
Well, Lopez at that size has no trouble throwing it down.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Cousins, and then Cousins with the dunk.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Outside Holiday. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
That's not going to make you a favorite target of your teammates. They'll think twice about feeding you if you're going to keep missing layups.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Giannis passes to Lopez. Middleton on the wing. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Cousins has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Kennard with the ball. Outguarded by Giannis. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, not a lot of front court players in the league can draw as many fouls as DeMarcus Cousins.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Rondo comes in for Jackson. Milwaukee also making some changes. Portis is checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Dante DiVincenzo. Holiday against Rondo. With the shot. And he banks in the layup. Holiday's got 6.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Holiday against Rondo. And he gets the whistle. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. And he knocks down the first one.
Yeah, when Rondo gets motivated, and we've seen that now for a good stretch, he's as valuable as it gets.
The Bucks trail. 1:02 left in the third quarter. T kicks to Antetokounmpo. Releases. Oturu with the rebound. Clippers have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. Batum, good.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Banked in off the glass. Giannis has got 5 points now in the quarter.
It's a huge night for Giannis Antetokounmpo at the offensive end of the floor. That length and athleticism just proving to be too much for any defensive scheme.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Oturu, the pass to Kennard. 6 on the shot clock. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. And here's Giannis from outside. And that one released in time, but no good. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. The Clippers on top as they end the third quarter on a 12-4 run. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Reggie Jackson out there with Kennard. Then there's Batum, and it's Oturu in at the center. Bucks trail by 3. Here's Portis from deep three-point range. No good there. And the Clippers will come the other way. Jackson deciding where to go with it. Here's Kennard. Offline with his 3. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. And it's blocked. Ball's knocked loose. One-on-one fast break. Here's Portis. It's deflected, and they're able to recover.
Yeah, good job.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that? But he's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Jackson against T. The 3. Jackson misses.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Count it.
Now, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Out to Morris. Leonard looking over the floor. Poke loose. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Giannis. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
So exciting to see the growth of the Greek Freak. There are shots that stars sink, and that's a momentum changer right there.
Leonard, the pass to Beverly. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And the dunk by Zubac.
chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect. Giannis outside. Outside Holiday. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Clippers leading by 3. Leonard with no one around. That 3 off target had some space there after the little pump fake. The shot by Middleton, wide open. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Big time shot from young Giannis there. He feels more and more comfortable in these big moments.
Beverly dishes to Leonard. Money!
Remember that one. Guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
DiVincenzo against George. Holiday with the 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Outside Leonard. Yes!
And now the go-to guy in these situations. Leonard can handle that kind of pressure in the big moment as well as anyone.
Now Middleton. Three-pointer. And so Los Angeles takes the win. They didn't miss. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining. Some names out of action.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
So the Nets starting five. Griffin is out there with Jordan. Then it's Harden. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Harris in at the small forward. And for the Clippers, We've got Marcus Morris. Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. It's good. Greg, we've got two terrific highlight-making teams, both athletic in so many ways.
You know, it makes me hearken all the way back to college, and one of my teammates, Stacey Ogden, one of the greatest athletes I ever played alongside. Well, we're going to see a lot of his impact in tonight's game.
6 to shoot. Harden can't hit.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And George gets it to go.
And George really good at recognizing his fast break opportunities and torching the defense with his speed and athleticism in transition.
Now here's Irving. Out to Harris. Back to Irving. Stolen by Beverly. Now the Clippers moving it up. George with the ball. Leonard finds George. And George with the stuff.
Hey, and George really is one of the better dunkers in the league. Actually, one of the best. He's creative. He's got great bounce, excellent length, and pretty creative every time he gets a chance to throw it down.
On the wing, Harden. Defended by George. Irving from long range. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. And so just over a minute and a half played. Harden surveying the D. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the basket by Harris.
You know, like a lot of shooters, Harris prefers to release off a pass, catch and shoot, not the dribble.
Now Beverly. He dishes it to George. Morris outside. From down in the low post, it goes.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
And Clark, when you look at the footwork of James Harden, arguably some of the best in the history of this league.
And you know, Greg, he studied the greats. I mean, he loved Ginobili's Euro step and then added it to his own game. Now he's taking that to another level, and he's the one giving out the lessons. But you're right. Got great strength, but the footwork is really outstanding.
George with no one around. The Clippers get another chance here. Leonard, the pass to Zubac to the right side. Another shot. And it's Leonard missing.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
Harris, no good.
Boy, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lay-in.
Leonard finds George. Comes up empty down low.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Boy, the timing of Griffin really superb in these situations. He has a great sense for when to leave the floor on these alley-oop jams.
Now here's Beverly. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Out to Morris. Fires the 3. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Beverly against Irving. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
Hey, we know Harden can score it, but he also has great vision.
Passes it to George. There's 57 seconds left here in the first quarter. Out to Morris. Back to George. Over Harden. George, no good. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
That puts them in the lead. Irving's got 7 points. Here's George. .27 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Stolen by Harden. Oh, Griffin in position. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. And stolen by Harris. And here again, the Nets in transition. Up the court they go. He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
Irving doing a nice job there being creative and efficient with that beautiful assist.
Shot to stop the run. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So for Brooklyn now, we've got Irving. Durant is out there with Green. Then there's Brown. And it's Claxton in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Irving, following the score by Reggie Jackson. Here's Claxton. KD on the wing. Pass to Claxton. 4 on the clock. Over Kennard. No good on that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Left side Jackson. That one off the back iron and out.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Durant against Kennard. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That's his first foul. Johnson, he's checked in for the Nets. Green kicks to Brown. KD on the wing. And the wing jumper offline. And so Cousins will bring it up for the Clippers. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Durant wide open. He fires. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Nets.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
And the Clippers making a change here. Hands checked in, and Cousins throws it down.
That's not too difficult for DeMarcus Cousins now. I like that he doesn't settle for the layup there. Instead, throws it down.
The pass to Durant. There's the three. That's in, coming off the assist from Johnson. Durant's got the lead up to 4 now for Brooklyn.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
Johnson, the pass to Claxton. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's George in for Luke Kennard.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
Now here's Durant. He has 7. Pass to Shamet. Back to KD. To the middle. Here's Claxton. And contact on the shot. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it with double checking, and the game continues on.
The putback, and Leonard stays with it. Leonard's got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
And that's the activity on the offensive glass they like to see out of Kawhi. When he's in full hustle mode, they're a much stronger team.
And again, it's the Nets missing.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Pushing it up. Here's Shamet. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Boy, that's an example of Durant's basketball IQ and awareness, both platinum level.
Beverly, the pass to Oturu. 23 seconds left in the first half of the game. Durant against George. With the putback. Great positioning on the putback. Morris has got 7 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarters.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They didn't get more than a one-possession lead in the period.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of.
Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Zubats in at the 5 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. George with the bounce pass. Oh, Leonard in position. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. In transition, here come the Nets. And that one's good, Irving.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Here's Zubats following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Count that one, and the Nets lead has been cut back down to just 2 points. The basket there coming from Beverly. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Harden outside. Outside Irving. From outside, off the mark. Clippers shooting certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. Here's Leonard. Leonard on the wing. Goes back up. Outside, George. That's tipped. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Irving's got the ball. Griffin dishes to Irving. Another miss by Irving. And the Clippers have possession. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Yeah, you know, battling back is about staying the course, and their attitude never changed.
Here's Harris. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Griffin trying to get open. Harris, no good.
Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
And there it is for him.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Harden the pass to Irving. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. And the basket by Harris.
You know, knocking down the 3 guys, that's one of the premier three-point gunners in the NBA, Joe Harris.
And here's George for 3. Jordan with the rebound. The Nets have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Harden kicks to Griffin. Lobs it up for Jordan. Stolen by Beverly. Here's George. And it's George finishing it off.
Amazing athleticism from George. I mean, sprinting towards the bucket and getting there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
A minute 42 left in the third quarter. Irving passes to Griffin. Harden outside. Griffin trying to get open. And yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on it.
Greg, I agree. He better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles.
Boy, in a game this snug, you can ill afford to commit those kinds of turnovers.
The Clippers trail. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Kennard for 3. That one misses.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Brown kicks to Green. Out to the wing. Here's Claxton. He's guarded by Cousins. And it goes down 2 points. Claxton's got his first 2 points.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Jackson passes to Cousins. Now here's Kennard. He's covered by Brown. It'll go, and the Nets lead is cut down to 1 in the bucket from Kennard.
Boy, a very capable passer. DeMarcus Cousins does a solid job recognizing where to go with the ball.
Johnson surveying the floor. Passes it to Claxton. The kick out to Brown. Just 5 on the clock. They grab their own miss. That one goes in. KD's got 11 points.
Yeah, he's got those Inspector Gadget arms. I mean, they go on forever. Durant a threat on the offensive glass, too.
Outside Jackson. Passes to Cousins. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
Cousins imposing his will that time against pretty good defense.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Nets lead by 1. And we've got... And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
It sure is. I mean, he's a maestro. Great vision, terrific IQ, everything you want in a point guard.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. So for Brooklyn now, they've got Harris. Green is out there with Griffin. And it's Durant. And it's Harden in at the point guard. Here's Zubats. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. The Nets with the lead. And Harris wide open. He shoots. His three-pointers off the mark. It's been a little while since they've been in the lead.
And that's why this is such an important possession for them.
And for Brooklyn, they're shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. And KD throws it down.
Durant's a pleasure to watch moving in transition. So fluid and always under control.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Griffin. Bruce Brown comes in for Harris. And it's Tyler Johnson in for James Harden. And so they choose to intentionally foul. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Claxton the pass to KD. That's good. It's his 7th made basket in 14 tries.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Morris right side. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 4 assists in the game.
And dangerous in that catch-and-shoot game. In fact, anytime Morris can square up, he's a lot more consistent.
There's the lob to the hoop. An emphatic LU jam.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other.
And I tell you what, guys, that's a big play to make in a close game. Potential momentum builder there.
Here's George. Plays it up and banks it in.
And George is very capable at knocking down difficult shots. I mean, because of his size and stroke and ball handling and his added strength, he's able to shoot over good defense and knock them down.
And Durant launches from deep. It's hauled in by Paul George.
One made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
And the Clippers making a change here. Cousins is checked in. George against Harden. To take the lead. They get it again. Cousins on the follow. And it's a tie ball game.
Cousins showing you he's not afraid to step up in the big moment.
Harden against George. Harden kicks to Harris. Feeds it to Jordan. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Irving passes to Griffin. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
And you can see how the team rallies around Griffin in these situations. And their faith is not misplaced. He plays with such heart.
Harden against George. Leonard the pass to Cousins. Outside for George. And that one drops for him. George has got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
And George just has an uncanny knack for riding these kinds of baskets. And he makes it look so easy.
And it's Cousins with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Durant's checked in for Harris. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Down low, Durant. And the rejection by Cousins.
Cousins not one to be challenged there. Tenacious denial.
It's good, and they get the go-ahead bucket.
And, guys, that's the man you want with the ball in his hands on that critical possession. Kawhi being his best in the biggest moments.
The 3 from KD. Trifecta.
And just look at what Durant is doing. My goodness.
And Beverly kicks to Leonard. .44 seconds left to play in the final quarter. 5 to shoot. Outside, George. Fires from the wing. No good. Shot missing. The Nets go the other way with it, and they go to the intentional foul. It's the first, and that will put them up by 2.
You know, at this stage of his career, Jordan not only knows his role, but thoroughly and fully embraces it. He's out there to provide energy and hustle on defense and on the glass.
Zubac is checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Leonard against Durant. Count it!
Boy, and just look at what Leonard is doing.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2.
You know, what comes to mind first when you think of Irving is his handle. Rush hour tight, but also his dynamic ability as a scorer.
George finds Zubac. From deep. Buries the triple. And, oh, that was an enormous three-pointer.
Hey, you know that George is going to take the shot when the game is up for grabs. I mean, that's who he is, and that's what's expected of him. He's an exceptional decision-maker in these situations, which makes it even more obvious.
And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
And he's put on a terrific show of skill in the paint. A combination of moves, footwork, and that soft touch down low. It's all added up to one dominant performance for the big fella.
And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one. Tip-off goes to the Clippers. So the overtime period is now ticking away. Should be fun. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. Setting the floor for the Nets. Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. Then there's Griffin. Then it's Jordan. And it's Harris in at the 3 slot. And the Clippers call time here. To the paint, and Cousins throws it down.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball.
Brooklyn trailing. Harden with it. Leonard with the steal. Left side, George. To the inside. And there's DeMarcus Cousins on the assist by George. Cousins has got 4 this quarter.
You know, I really enjoy watching Cousins go to work deep inside. I mean, it feels like, to me, nobody can guard him down there.
Right side, Jordan. And stolen by Cousins. Right side, Jackson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Clippers lead by 6.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
Harden the pass to Irving. Harris looking it over. Harden finds Harris. The three-pointer, no good. Los Angeles leading by 6. The finish. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Harden. Yep, it counts.
And, you know, the thing about Harden, crafty in the paint, he really finds angles and avenues to get the shots he wants when you don't think there's any angle or avenue to find.
And George kicks to Leonard. Clock at 6. He lobs it up. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
It doesn't look good, even with a quick bucket here.
And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Outside Leonard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. And the basket by Oturu. Oturu's got the lead up to 8 now for Los Angeles. Harden against Leonard. Here's Harden on the wing. Harris passes to Irving. No good from outside. Cousins with it. He's picked up by Irving to the paint. Deflects the pass.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
A pass that long had better be on target. Otherwise, it's impossible to make a play.
Well, for the Clippers, they can just run out the clock. Now, here is George. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jeff Green. That's his first foul. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second.
At the line for two.
And he ends up making the second, and that will put them up by 9.
Yeah, you'd like to convert them all, but that should still be enough to secure the win.
And here is Patterson. So the Clippers with the win. They escape with a victory, although, David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And just about to get underway as the starting five. Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports.
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Cousins in at the center, locking down the middle. And for Portland, we've got Yusuf Nurkic. Damian Lillard out there with Norman Powell. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Covington in at the power forward position. Now here's Covington. 5 on the clock. Lillard with no one around. Shot is good off the back rim and in. We have an awesome backcourt battle tonight, Steve. Let me ask, are we in a guard-centric league right now?
We are, Kevin. I mean, we've always had great guards, and they lead you through championships with their leadership and their play, along with the big guy. But what's happening right now, Kevin, the big man is playing like a guard. The skill level of these 7-footers to be able to shoot threes, dribble, pass. So it does seem like a guard-centric league right now because everybody can play that position.
Powell against George. And George gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And now just over a minute played here in the first.
I love the way George can move his feet and challenge the shot without fouling.
And it's rebounded by Covington.
Whoops. Got caught in between moves there on his way to the rack.
Here's Powell. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Leonard with the ball. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard. For Portland, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Beverley against Lillard. Tipped away. Leonard with the steal. Here's George. Here's Cousins. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Damian Lillard.
Strong move by Cousins. You see why he's been averaging 7 to 8 free throws a game over the past few seasons.
And Portland with the ball. Just about 2 minutes into the game. First quarter of basketball. Lillard dishes to Powell. Kicks it out to Lillard. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Don't let his height fool you. Lillard can rise up with the best of it.
And here's George. Passes it to Beverley. Now Cousins. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That is his first foul of the game. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. McCollum's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard. A big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Kennard, he's checked in for Leonard. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Los Angeles making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. McCollum against Kennard.
I like it. That's a great battle at the rim. He just couldn't finish.
And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 6 in the field. George with no one around. A three-pointer off the mark. Portland trailing here. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Six to shoot. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
That is a powerful point guard right there. Reggie converting against very tight defense.
McCollum against Kennard. Up again. And Cantor able to finish.
Challenging the defense at the rim, something he does very well. Excellent tip in.
Clippers have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Outside, George. Lob pass to George.
I like when Reggie Jackson is seeking out his teammates. He could have took that shot, but his teammate, he was wide open.
Kennard against McCollum. Can't knock it down from the right block. Clippers leading by 4. George passes to Batum. Outside, George. Back to Batum. Down low, Zubats. Off target at the rim.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And that does it for the first. Damian Lillard told us before the game when asked how he
humble begins. I'm from.
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony. Then there's McCollum. Then it's Rondé Hollis Jefferson. And it's Simons in the point guard. That's the group on the floor for Portland. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from McCollum.
Never seems to shy away from playing in attack mode. McCollum likes to keep the pressure on the D.
Zubats kicks to Kennard. Back to Zubats. Pass to Mann. Lets it go with a 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
The defense got lucky there. That's one you expect him to drain.
Hollis Jefferson can't hit. Clippers leading by 4. There's the lob to Jackson. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Here's Simons. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Out to Anthony. There's the pass to McCollum. Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be
sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
Damian Lillard's checked in for Anfernee Simons. That's a 2 from Lillard. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Cantor. And Robert Covington subbed in for Anthony.
You know, there's a rhythm to Leonard's game, but also an awareness. Just takes what the defense allows.
And Lillard throws it down.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Now here's Rondo. Bounce pass from Beverly. Morris passes to Rondo. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. And that one's good. Beverly.
Obviously, Rondo's main priority is to dish the rock. When you're open, he'll get it to you.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Lillard. 6 points for him. Knocks it loose. McCollum dishes to Covington. Back to McCollum. The shot will not fall. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Leonard attacking. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That'll be his second foul of the game. Trailblazers making a switch here. Powell's checked in. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Paul George, he's checked in for Rajon Rondo. Now, here's George. That one good for 2. George has got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
And Lillard kicks to Powell. Lillard outside. 6 on the shot clock. Launches a 3. And it's Norman Powell with the 3. Powell's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. George with the ball. Pass to Beverly. 34 seconds left in the second quarter. Wants to get it to Morris and does. George against Lillard. Morris. Offensive rebound. George passes to Morris. Second shot opportunity, and the layup good by George. George has got 4 points in the quarter.
Took him a while to get going, but here in the second quarter, he's found his rhythm.
Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Banked in off the glass.
And get out of the way. Nurkic drives with tremendous physicality.
And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It's often a tough call that can go either way, but I agree with you on that one.
And that's it for the first half of action. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They were never able to get the lead up. And
we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Clippers leading by 5. Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got Marcus Morris. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Leonard in at the 3. Good on the bucket.
I love this about Patrick Beverly. He's just a fighter. He's never going to back down.
Lillard up top, defended by Beverly. Nurkic can't hit.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
And it's Leonard missing. Trailblazers shooting just 29% in this game. They are not a pretty sight out there offensively.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
George passes to Beverly. And he uses the glass on the layup. Beverly's got 4 points in the quarter.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
If the keys to your offense are in Lillard's hands, you're going to be in pretty good shape. Check out how well he runs the pick and roll there. That's just a perfect way to play.
And Portland making a change here. Cantor's checked in. The Clippers also changing it up. And checked in. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Now here's Leonard. Shot clock at 6. Misses off the left iron.
Yeah, he's kicking himself. No defenders to be found in that mid-range area.
Passes it to Powell. Back to Covington. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They lead by 4.
Kawhi has all the physical gifts, and the one thing I love, he really can pass.
Now here's Lillard. 6 points for him. Kicks it to Powell. And Jones has it in the corner. Back to Powell. Takes a 3. Doesn't get it to drop for him. The Clippers go the other way with it.
And they continue to control the glass.
Cousins, the pass to Morris. Left side Jackson. Pass to Mann. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Leonard against Jones.
His inability to make shots has not brought this team down. That shows you their resourcefulness.
Anthony's checked in for the Trailblazers. Trailblazers trail by 6. Here's Lillard. And Lillard throws it down.
You won't find too many players with a better understanding of the pick and roll than Lillard. He runs that set to a T.
Now here's Rondo. The pass to Okuru. Outside for Rondo. A minute 50 left in the third quarter of the game. Excellent D from Cantor. Rager, the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Enes Kanter. The Clippers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws. So those are numbers you'll be happy with.
McCollum. Nurkic in the post. Can't cash in from close range.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
Really a good season for him overall last year when you look at the number, 83% from the line.
And with Reggie Jackson, it's a testament to his natural talent that he often leaves us wanting a little bit more.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. Lays it up off the glass.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Outside Rondo. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Rondo is so tricky. Consistently looking to take advantage of the defense being too physical with him.
And so Rondo hits both free throws. A chance at a 2-for-1 if they want it.
If I'm them, I try it.
Here's Simons. No points in the game yet for him. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. 4 on the shot clock. It's tipped, but they get it back. Anthony can't hit. Outside, George. Batum, the second chance points on the tip in. Batum's got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. The Clippers on top. They're up. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball. And how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up. Been ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. On the floor for Portland, Powell is out there with C.J. McCollum. Then it's Robert Covington. Then it's Anthony. And it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Facing up from mid-range, George could have tried to drive, but takes what the defense gives him.
McCollum passes to Powell. Back to McCollum. Lets the 3 fly. Batum grabs the miss. Batum's got his 4th rebound in this one.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Beverly, the pass to Cousins. That one falls. And now a 12-point Clipper lead.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Anthony with it, guarded now by DeMarcus Cousins. And Anthony gets it to go.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
So for the Trailblazers, Jones comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And Damian Lillard subbed in for C.J. McCollum. The Clippers also changing it up. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And Kawhi Leonard comes in for Kennard.
Something's brewing, guys. The 3-pointers just continue to flow.
Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Here's George, a reverse. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 9.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
Pass to Powell. Nurkic with it. He kicks to Lillard. Portland moving the ball around. And another 3 for Portland.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Clippers leading by 6. Pass to Leonard. To the middle. Back to Zubac. Kicks it out to Leonard. Shooting foul. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving. and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Giles comes in for Robert Covington. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Norman Powell. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. He got on his guys about allowing too many paint points. He said, hey, we've got to be scrappier. We've got to be quicker to help, quicker to collapse the lane. You guys know what to do. Now you got to give me the effort. I want to see some nasty. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Now George. Outside Leonard. And he makes good on the layup. And the Clippers lead by 10.
Aggressive D there, but then again, Kawhi finishes through contact almost as well as anyone.
That's a 2 from Lillard. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck.
And Lillard is going to pick up a foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Anthony's checked in. Stolen by Kansas. And here we go with Giles running it up the court. Here's Lillard. And again, it's Portland converting.
A guy who spaces the floor, but also willing to attack the rim. Lillard has confounded the defense all night.
And they double up Jackson. George looking around. Shot clock at 5. This one for 3. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
The mechanics on Paul George's shot are so good. In the end, the range makes no difference.
Lillard way outside. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. McCollum against Zubac. There's 39 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And it's the Clippers scoring again.
And it's just competing, giving your best when it matters most.
It's called killer instinct. It's one thing to be close at the end. It's another to finish.
Yeah, quick thinking wins Dame assists. Finds the open man and the ball instantly there for the finish.
George against McCollum. Now here is George. D right on him. Over McCollum. Another one falls for the Clippers.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
And when you're on the road, you can't be tentative coming into a game like this. I thought their aggressive approach was the difference.
An open look for Lillard. Off on that one. So the Clippers winning the... All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. Let's look at our setting tonight. The pick. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
They're missing a quality player. Injuries a big part of the game. They just got to make the adjustments.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the point. And for Milwaukee, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the small forward. 2 on the clock. Morris, no good. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. 2 terrific defenses tonight, Greg. They do it in a variety of ways. It's been hard for either team to score.
You know, strong on ball, in help, in transition, and both coaches doing such a great job of making the adjustments. And listen, the reality is defense still can be a factor in determining who wins and who loses.
And we're seeing it right before our eyes. Leonard against Middleton. Cousins, the pass to Leonard. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Fast break, Milwaukee. Here's Antetokounmpo, and the dunk by Giannis.
And that move has become second nature for Giannis. Once he establishes position, game over.
Outside Leonard. Floats it up for Cousins. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Now Holiday. Over Beverly. And no good as it rattles out.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Good.
Don't you love it when you've got a small forward who can pass the basketball just like Paul George did there? Makes it look easy.
Middleton against Leonard. And Middleton kicks to Holiday. No good on the 3. The Clippers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Cousins finds Morris. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. The Bucks have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Over Leonard. And the Bucks miss again.
Boy, the offensive flow just isn't there right now. 1 for 5 to start the game.
Puts up a 3. The shot, no good. And Milwaukee the other way now. Middleton the pass to Holiday. Leonard against Middleton. And good. You got the English that time as it falls.
And just about every one of Middleton's shots is a smart one. Even from mid-range, he's not going to force anything.
Pass to Morris. George looking over the floor. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Morris against Giannis. And the shot goes in.
Well, this is the area of the floor where Marcus Morris can be a problem because of that frame and that game. Look out, gentlemen.
Giannis is double. And Holiday has it in the corner. Back to Antetokounmpo. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Now, here's Cousins. Dishes it to Morris. Back to Cousins. Outside Leonard. Over Middleton. Here's Cousins. And it's sent back by Lopez.
Lopez needs to hold down the fort on defense. An incredible wingspan to get that one.
And stolen by Cousins. One-on-one here. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
Now, here's DiVincenzo. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Beverly, the pass to George. There's 21 seconds left in the first quarter. Wide open look, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
Now, Paul George is a phenomenal catch-and-shoot guy. Measures the shot before receiving the pass. It's hard to guard.
Leonard with the steal. With 4 seconds on the clock, and the layup is good. Leonard's got 6 points.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Clippers lead by 4. And we'll get... We recently caught up with Drew Holiday, who talked about some trying...
Being able to go through adversity and come out strong.
And Greg, you feel like that pressure never really got to Holiday.
One of the toughest guards in the league, mentally and physically. He's a machine that just keeps on coming, no matter the circumstances.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And Milwaukee looking at who they've got. E.J. Tucker is out there with Bobby Portis. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Connaughton in at the 2-guard spot. Here is Forbes. Makes it off the glass. Forbes has got 4 points in the quarter.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the deep thinking jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
Jackson passes to Kennard. There's the triple. Jackson misses. Bucks trail by 3. Now here's Middleton. Poked away, and it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Both teams will make substitutions. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Here's Forbes. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. Kennard, the pass to Oturu. And that one is stuffed right through.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Teague finds Portis to the left wing. Here's Nwora. Second chance shot. Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Portis.
You have to appreciate the doggedness and intensity on the glass. Wow.
To the wing on the left. Man passes to Kennard. Clippers moving the ball around. Here's Oturu. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. That shot no good. Teague with a clean look. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Kennard, the pass to Batum. Back to Kennard. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Clippers lead by 3.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Here is Forbes. Kennard covering. Portis kicks it to Tucker. Shoots over Batum. And the shot is long.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Kennard for three. Buries the long-range jumper. Kennard's got the lead up to 6 now for Los Angeles.
Well, you like that he shakes off that rocky first period and knocks down a shot. Nice.
And Teague, here we go. And it's slammed in by Teague.
How about that ability to mix speeds? Teague is so hard to keep up with when he's penetrating.
Jackson looking it over. Ring shot on the way. Warog grabs the board. And it's Teague with the ball, but he brings it up for Milwaukee. Over to the left wing. Inside, here's Tucker. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Now just a 2-point Clipper lead.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Jackson against Teague. Oturu's shot is off.
And he saw the play develop, but the pass just wasn't there.
It was a really good thought for sure, but the lob has got to be better than that.
Portis in the post. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Portis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Tie game in Milwaukee. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoy a competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. They never put themselves in too much danger. 4 points was the most they trailed by. Looking at the second quarter score. And that does it for our halftime.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. And you played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think two guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the two guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
3 young, dynamic centers. Those are good names. Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. They've got Morris. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Cousins in at the 5, home in the paint. DiVincenzo passes to Holiday. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Here's Nwora. He's covered by Leonard. Leonard with the steal. Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's Morris. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
What pretty vision right there by Patrick Beverley. Wow.
Milwaukee in the lead. Teague surveying the D. To the inside. Portis. And oh boy, a lot of contact there. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Outside Leonard. Lets it go from deep. Here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Impossible to stop the putback when he's got that kind of position.
Agreed, Greg. Let him get his hands on it inside and finish it off.
How about the activity level, the effort level? This team right now feeding off his energy.
And Holiday throws it down.
And Holiday's nimbleness gets him to the hoop on that one. His athletic ability is off the charts.
Holiday against Rondo. To the paint. Stolen by Middleton. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Brook Lopez is checked in for Portis. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Patrick Beverley comes in for Rajon Rondo. A three from Leonard. Nailed from three-point land. Leonard's got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
This guy loves to help his team space the floor. You have to respect Kawhi's range. He will make you pay.
Good work there as it goes. Holiday's got 4 points in the quarter.
And since halftime, this has become an intense ball game.
They are getting after it hard. It has become a real battle out there.
The shot by George, wide open. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
Pass to Beverley. 1:37 left to play here in the third. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. The Clippers shooting their first free throw of the game here. And the technical free throw is good. Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. Fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious.
Just 5 to shoot. Holiday against Beverley, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Boy, that's the last thing they needed. This game too close to be making those kinds of errors.
Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Milwaukee. And here's Jackson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Right wing. Zubac finds Kennard. Shot clock at 5. That one wide left. For Milwaukee, they've gone 4 for 4 from the field since the halftime break. Terrific start to the third quarter. Antetokounmpo with the bucket.
How about the effort? You didn't think a little contact would prevent Giannis from scoring, did you?
Jackson dishes to Batum. There's 14 seconds left here in the third quarter. Kennard with the ball. 6 points for him. Back to Batum. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Batum's got his first bucket in this one.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Milwaukee. 3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. And it's Rondo with the ball for the Clippers. We've got Teague. Bobby Portis out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's Nora in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Zubac kicks to Jackson. The offensive rebound.
Hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in. Rondo against T. The shot from the low post is good. And the Bucks lead by 2.
You know, doesn't it seem in today's NBA, every point guard has a floater, and Jeff Teague is no exception.
To the middle, here's Zubac. Rebound, Milwaukee. Portis has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Tucker, the pass to Portis. And Portis throws it down.
Oh, going high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam. Outside Jackson. Kennard for 3. The rebound by the Bucks. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. The fader. And Forbes kicks it to Tucker. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Down low, here's Batum. And that one is off. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. There's Portis. Lays it up and banks it in. And now a 6-point Bucks lead. The Clippers have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. Jackson passes to Zubac. 2nd minute off the clock now in the fourth. Kennard's shot is off. Milwaukee leading by 6. Passes it to Tucker. No good on the shot. Great D that time from Batum.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
And there's the foul. It's on Bobby Portis. That's his first foul. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Outside, George from outside the arc. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Giannis has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
You know this, if you're open, you can count on Brook Lopez to find you. He uses his height to spot open teammates.
And George kicks to Leonard. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Leonard. And Leonard stays with it. The Bucks have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. DiVincenzo against George. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Outside Holiday. Cousins pulls it in. Clippers trail by 6. The 3 from George. Rebound Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis has got his 5th rebound in this one. So they foul intentionally. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Off target with his 3. Los Angeles has gone ice cold from 3-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Leonard, no luck. Milwaukee leading by 6. The shot by Middleton, wide open. That 3 off the mark. The Clippers shooting not great, 40% for the game. Beyond the arc. And then Cousins with the dunk.
No moment ever too big for the big man DeMarcus Cousins. Go ahead, sir.
Now Giannis. It's stolen by Morris. and George gets it to go.
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together, everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
Looking to get back on track here. Yes!
With experience, skill, and ability, Holiday makes for the perfect go-to scoring option.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
And so Holiday will bring it up for the Bucks. And I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
It definitely has the respect of the locker room. Holiday is someone that players enjoy playing with.
Well, you love a guy who gets himself to the line, takes his time, and makes the free throws. Complete professional.
The three from George. It counts. And that shot brings them to within just one.
You can see Paul George is locked in right now. Big-time shots demonstrate his elite level in the NBA.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
And he does get the second one. And that will put them up by 2. And the Clippers call time here. They're behind by 2. 5 seconds left in the game. Guys, what's your take?
I don't think they should be greedy here and think about a triple. With this much time left, I'd attack the basket, get a high percentage shot in tight, and take my chances in overtime.
And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight seemed almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live on... Hey, Dave.
Hey, Kevin. Well, enough.
It does indeed. Thanks, David. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Leonard in at the 3. And for the Nets, We've got Durant, Harden out there with Brown. Then it's Jordan, and it's Harris in at the 3 spot. Now here's Beverly. Pass to Leonard. Takes the 3. Sinks the triple. And these teams both among the league's better defenses, Brent, with advanced stats and tracking. Do you think it's getting easier to measure and quantify what goes into great defenses?
I think there's technology, Kevin, that still needs to come along in order for some of the analytics guys to really truly assess positional defenders and where some of their arms and legs are. That will really help them define how these defenses are impacting some of the offenses and the way they play.
He's looking for Jordan and finds him.
And while his ability to score gets so much attention, Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite level passer.
Leonard against Harris. And the wide open shot from Morris. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Harden dishes to Jordan. And the pass to Harris. Now Harden feeds it to Jordan. Back to Harden. Baseline try, and it's Brooklyn scoring again.
Now just all alone down there. Credit goes to DeAndre for finding him. That's a nice pass.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. George against Harden, and George with the stuff.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
You know, and with how deliberate he can be, Harden still can surprise defenders with that burst, that underrated vertical that he possesses. And the league's preeminent practitioner of the step-back 3, James Harden, is as good as it gets. And, you know, like the skyhook, an unguardable shot. And paired with his dribble drive, a 2-move torture chamber.
Now here is Harris. Back to Harden. To the paint. And it's Jordan with the jam.
Yeah, you could pretty much say that DeAndre Jordan's going to get a lot of his points right there, trolling around the rim.
And thanks to that step back, Harden already the all-time leader in unassisted 3-point shots.
And not to mention 4-point plays. And up until recently, teams built elaborate offenses to create their 3-point looks. Harden the first to do it one-on-one with volume and efficiency.
Brown outside. We've got 1:55 left in the first quarter. It's Harden with the drive, and Harden with the stuff.
And a staple of Harden's attack. Sometimes it seems he's better finishing through contact on the drive.
Here's George, and Durant sends it back.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. Outside, George. Morris outside. And a miss there on the triple.
Really excellent defense there. They know he's capable of knocking it down from the outside, and they could not have played him better.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Jeff Green, he's checked in for Joe Harris. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Patrick Beverly. They kick it out to Green. Nets passing it around. Back to Durant. Fires for 3. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. Clippers trail by 5. Here's Kennard. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
How about the concentration? He gets hit but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for the Nets. Irving comes in for Brown. Jackson, he's checked in for the Clippers. For Brooklyn, they've gotten 7 of their first 10 attempts to fall so far. excellent pace to their offense. Harden against Jackson. Harden the pass to Griffin. Back to Harden. Over Jackson. Here's KD. The kick out to Irving. On the wing, Harden fires the three, but they recover it. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall. With 1 on the clock, that shot off. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Nets lead by 2. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports.
How can we be the best version of ourselves?
Well, Durant may not be the in-your-face type of player, Greg, but he gets the message across for sure.
He's not going to yell at you. He's going to show you how it's done and expect that you're as committed to winning as he is.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you can't be careless with your shot selection out there because some of them are getting thrown back.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Rajon Rondo is out there with Jackson. Then there's Batum. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Zubats in at the 5 down low. Luwawu. And it comes off the front of the rim. The Clippers shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
On the high post, Claxton no good. The Clippers in the lead. Jackson from long range. Offensive rebound.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Now, here is Irving. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Batum against Griffin. And the layup's good off the glass.
Well, though he spends a lot more time, at least in recent seasons, on the perimeter, Griffin's bread and butter still can be around the rim.
Here's Jackson. Pass to Kennard. Pocket 6. Outside for Batum. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Batum's got the lead up to 4 now for Los Angeles. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Irving can't hit.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
Here's Kennard. It's tipped. Inside, Zubac.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are, but look at the Grizzlies. I think they got 2 terrific ones. Ja Morant has superstar written all over him. Brandon Clark probably surprised some people with his ability to have an impact, and if you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is one to watch. This is a guy with great size and length who was a perimeter player until he had a growth spurt. So those are the types of players that I think when you combine athleticism and skill with the way the court is spaced, man, can have a tremendous impact in this game.
Here's Shamet. The Clippers getting the bucket. 1:32 left here in the second. And the call up, and here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And here's Leonard from three. Cousins on the follow. And the Clippers lead by 7.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Griffin. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Griffin's got 4 this quarter.
And that's what Griffin does best. They're remarkable how he maintains control and schools the D.
To the inside. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Shamet the pass to Griffin. It's stolen by Morris. And now the Clippers on the break. Leonard's got the ball. Tries again. Cousins dishes to Leonard. Out left to the wing. Beverly wide open. And it's off from three-point range. Nets trail by 5. Here's Green. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on George.
And the former Hoya Green, a rangy forward who can both score and defend from all areas of the floor.
A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Kevin Durant comes in for Blake Griffin. Brown, he's checked in for Landry Shamet. And James Harden has subbed in for Irving. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Everly with the ball. Picked up by Brown. The putback. Cousins on the follow.
Well, he's got quickness and he's got that frame where he's going to lean on you with that body and find a way to get an angle to score.
Here's Harden. Comes up empty from 19 feet out. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. And you think about how Kawhi Leonard is able to dominate from the third position at both ends of the floor. It has to. And that should...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Hey, you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Kyrie Irving. Griffin is out there with Harris. Then there's Brown, and it's Claxton in at the 5 spot. And Joe Harris, the lethal shooter, he can also be a threat in the pick-and-roll game.
Yeah, Harris does a great job reading what a defense is giving. He's more than just a catch-and-shoot type of player. Harris can hit shots on the move and isn't afraid to go at defenders.
And Irving with a clear path to the hoop. Yep, that one goes in there. Irving's got 4 this quarter.
Kyrie, such a blur in the open court, leaks out so quickly and then gets to the right spot in transition.
And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Brooklyn trailing, and here's the break. In the corner, it's Harris. And no good, had a chance to take the lead there. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Here's Morris. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Such a versatile offensive threat. Morris draws his fair share of foul.
Los Angeles shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Kevin Durant comes in for Blake Griffin. And James Harden has subbed in for Kyrie Irving. And Los Angeles with some changes. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Batum. Paul George comes in for Reggie Jackson. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Rajon Rondo. Here's Morris. That shot off. Durant with some nice D.
You talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
Rajon Rondo is checked in for the Clippers. Now here's Harden. 10 points for him. Brown finds Harris. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Morris into the lane, and Cousins throws it down.
Okay, 2 of the easiest points that Cousins is going to have, but in fine fashion with the big throwdown.
Harden scanning the floor. Outside for Durant. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
Outside, George. Leonard on the wing. 6 to shoot. Buries it down low. Leonard's got 7 points.
Yeah, you could be as physical as you want with Kawhi Leonard. He just stays with it and is unshaken.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Harden the pass to Durant. From the arc. The shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
I mean, with just how dominant he can be scoring inside and outside, to have that kind of vision, wow, a complete center.
Harden, 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
Yeah, that play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Paul George put his defender in the blender right there. Tough for him to guard that kind of possession.
The Clippers shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. And the Nets making a change here. Green's checked in. Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. Jackson comes in for Rajon Rondo.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. And here's KD for 3. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jeff Green. That's his first foul. Clippers leading by 4. Outside Jackson. Zubac finds Jackson. There's 57 seconds left to play in the third. No good with the layup. The Nets have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Pops it up for Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Well, that's where they look to him most. DeAndre Jordan with arms that go on for days. Just toss that ball anywhere, and he knows what to do with it.
Here's Jackson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Kennard for 3. Rebound, Brooklyn. Jordan's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
And here's Jackson. And that one is good. And the Clippers lead by 2.
Not an easy basket for Jackson. He doesn't shoot a really high percentage, but he does make a lot of tough hoops.
KD, that's for 2. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Clippers lead by 2. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Kennard, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Batum. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Jackson in at the 2 guard. Jackson with it. Floats it up for Cousins.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Irving passes to Shamet. Irving attacking, and he banks in the layup. Irving's got the game tied up here for the Nets.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
And Cousins kicks to Batum. Pass to Jackson. Batum trying to break loose. Irving against Kennard. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Yeah, put some students in the classroom, because that's exactly how you move the ball. Kyrie terrific at spotting the open man, and then you got to get it to him.
And the Clippers call time here. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's George in for Reggie Jackson. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He's pleased that they're getting consistent points in the paint. He said, in this league, it's not easy to do what you guys are doing. Let's just keep doing it until they stop us. Kevin?
Irving can't hit. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Oh, Morris in position. Griffin with the steal. Irving attacking, and the layup is good. Irving's got 4 points in the quarter.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
George passes to Beverley. And it's Kyrie Irving with the rebound.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
George looking over the floor. To the middle, Shamet with the steal. In transition, here come the Nets. Here's Griffin. He goes right over Marcus Morris and slams it down.
Wow, what a moment right there. Griffin putting on a show. He is just an awesome dunker.
And the Clippers call time here.
And Coach can't be happy, and I think I know why. Their defense putting up no resistance inside.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high-efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, DeAndre Jordan.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
Outside Irving, from deep. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got his 4th rebound in this one. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Oh, you could see it from the moment he caught the ball. Leonard looking to rise to the occasion, making the big shot to help the team out.
The drive by KD and the jam by Kevin Durant.
And he sort of had that look in his eyes. Durant staying cool in a clutch moment. Pass
to Leonard. There's 1:17 left to play here in the fourth. The coach's challenge has been issued. First game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
He drops the first one, and that narrows the lead down to just 3.
Well, the wingspan and the timing that Kawhi Leonard has is really remarkable. He utilizes those strengths to dominate both ends of an NBA floor.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Griffin's checked in for Durant, and it's Green in for Harris. Now, here is Harden. Irving for 3. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
It's the first, and that narrows the gap to 1.
Think about Paul George in his second year in the NBA being named the most improved player. He's just gotten better from that point. And you don't have to win an award every year to prove it.
Kevin Durant, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Now here's Leonard. Jackson has the open look. And again, no good by the Clippers.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Outside for Durant. He's looking for Jordan and finds him. Morris against KD. Griffin. Back to Durant. Just 5 on the clock.
Count it! And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch, and he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
Now here's Jackson. It's George on the wing. Back to Jackson. From deep three-point range, misses the 3. From deep, Harden, no good there. And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up.